received with a lot of warmth and makes me feel so good. And particularly Raj has been very kind and very warm. All through my stay, he has been taking care of me as if I am a kid. And he's been so protective, though I know America very well. I have driven almost all the states. Back in 1988, 89, 90, almost every year I used to rent a car and then run around, like 4,000 miles, 5,000 miles, like that. My wife and me were just crazy fellows, seeing all the things. But now they do not want to eat what they produce. Now they have been driven with the desire to eat what in Hyderabad fellow is eating. The noodles, the donuts, the pizzas, the burgers, the Mac, I love it. These messages are being carried into the small huts of our villages through this media. And everyone with red carpet, because we are getting some commission, all through, starting from the ministers to the panchayat level people are throwing the red carpet and then destroying the cultures that we have built from time immemorial. And this is the damage that has been done with this industrial food culture. Yeah, you could actually come and... Yeah, I cannot ask you guys to sit on the floor squat because I think you have forgotten how to squat. Actually, we all need to remember how first thing in the morning when you wake up, what do? Don't tell me you take a cup of coffee. We're supposed to go and attend our ablutions, and first thing you do is you go and sit like this so that your anus opens and then you can shit properly. Am I right?
Yes.
This is the way you shit. I'm just demonstrating you that you can actually sit like this for 2 minutes. And in fact, you need only 1 minute. If you sit like this, the shit comes out by itself. But then what do? Nowadays, in villages, in India, not in America, I'm talking about, they all have this so-called Western toilet, they are sitting like that. That fellow doesn't open up. So you have pressure. Just trying to push it out. And then you have piles, you have hemorrhoids, you have fissures, all this. It's not about what you eat, all these problems. I'm not even gone to what is going on. Just see the change, which was very natural. Now, how many of you could just, that's called malasana, if you have any idea about yoga system, yogasanas. That means you are trained in our culture. It's actually a particular way of sitting and you have to practice it. From the childhood, we are supposed to be teaching our kids that you should do this. Why? Because you have to shit properly. You have to shit properly. And you know now the pharmaceutical companies are making maximum profit by just selling laxatives. You see the point? So over a period of time, in fact, even in America, people were shitting like that only. Even in America, they were shitting like that. But the journey has been the corporate culture has made it a serious point to see that you don't do something right, and then they make it little convenient for you. In between, you get charged. So a process that we have to eliminate something from our body, toxic materials, is not eliminated properly, and then you are making a big platform for your body to be sick. So the constipation is mother of all diseases. That's how we describe in our culture. So if you are not moving your bowels properly, you are going to have disease after the other, one disease after the other. So this is the background for you. This is the background for you. So a simple thing has been now complicated. And at every level of our existence, we have been complicating in the last 40, 50 years, and I have termed it as industrial food culture. So the food should have been produced locally, processed locally, consumed locally. But now, in India, small villages are ordering on Zomato. They do not know where the food is coming from. No one knows where things are happening. And with this smartphone, we all have become dumb. No one cares now. You just order, we get it. And in urban areas, I don't think I should go into details and tell you what is happening. People are with GPS and all ordering, and I am in that particular junction. I get to stay on that signal for 35 seconds, so please get my food on that particular point. They are coordinating and trying to get their food and then take a bite, and this is how things are happening. And then in the cities, women are not cooking, men are also not cooking. Of course, they have stopped long back. The point is that women also have started not to worry about the kitchen, because why take so much trouble? See, in between we have been giving lot of conveniences. Pressure cooker came and microwave came, and it's a lot of things. Before, we used to actually soak something in the night and then cook in the morning in a mud pot and then clean it and then tie a cloth around it and wait for it to ferment, and a lot of things we were doing. But nowadays they are not even soaking the dal. Rajma beans are actually supposed to be soaked overnight and then cooked in the morning. No one has just put it in the cooker or put already processed rajma beans come in a packet, throw it in the microwave, soup, and then nowadays why all that problems just gone. And no one knows where they have cooked, when they have cooked, what they have cooked, what is added. Absolutely no problem. Oh, this is wonderful. Some blogger writes, this place is very nice, some wonderful catchy photos with pixel. And then, oh, it's mouth-watering, order. Why am I telling all this? See, this is where we are. And then we are all talking about health. We want to be healthy, and then you have fitness centers, you have nutritionists talking, and you have hospitals dispensing tablets. And we are talking, oh, this is a healthcare industry. Where is health? You have lost it in the kitchen. And then you are searching it for in the hospitals. So hospitals have evolved themselves to be dispensers of tablets, and we are advanced, we dispense technologies. Now we are almost at the doorsteps of printing your heart, your kidney, exactly. We know, we have scanned, we just remove that and we have made ready one. Oh, your knees are not good, buy, get one free. And this is the condition that, and we are very comfortable with it. You have insurance companies ahead of They scare the hell out of you, or you may have cancer, you have premium now itself. You may have this, you may have that. So earlier it was total insurance, now a la carte. You understand the joke? So everything is paisa. And the focus of what we have to do is out of the window. There is no health, there is no food, there is absolutely all these things are missing. But then the business is absolutely sitting in everyone's head. So how do you get to be healthy when things are in a different dimension altogether? The basics are absolutely other. There is no first base, there is no second base, there is no third base, fourth base. You want to play baseball. And that is what is actually the condition which we are living in. So people are obese, people have heart blocks, people have hypertension, people are thyroid patients, people are what not. All the diseases one side. Now the human race has evolved to a state where we will have all the streets running around with dysfunctional people. We have 28 people, kids, ADHD, various levels. 2, a kid not able to even see eye to eye. 2, the extent of kids getting irritated with each and everything. They would want to throw things at you, hit the doors. Hey, why are you telling kids? Even the elders are doing that. All this is happening. And in Germany, the average age of the people are like 50, and the younger generation doesn't exist anymore. What does it indicate? It indicates slowly that we have had our sperms and ovum not doing things the way they should perform. So the health of the sperm is gone out of whack, or the ovum is not actually coming out on a regular periodic basis, which is supposed to be. If you had hormone balance not happening, or if it happens, it doesn't stop. People start bleeding and continuously keep bleeding. And then the ovum and somehow sperm meets, and then you have embryo formed, and then by the embryo becomes baby, things are going from the CPU is not getting properly placed. So you have dysfunctional kid coming out, and then you call it differently abled, autistic, mentally distorted, all kinds of names. So what's happening from the time the ovum becoming embryo, that itself is going out of that. And it's all happening because the time of copulation, the health of the sperm and the health of the ovum is not in the right conditions. So, say back in 200 years ago, this ADHD or whatever you call, absolutely very rare, 1 in 10 crores or 1 in 10 million or whatever. Now it's like we have 20 out of 100. And I believe all these developed countries are leading the table, be it Japan or China or America or EU. And so sadly, the so-called developing countries are catching up. And no one cares. And if this process continues, in another 10-20 years, we will have 50 out of 100 dysfunctional kids. And then I can just imagine, I can't just imagine. Vision of that particular world where you have 50 kids coming out, whether you are an American or Indian or New Zealander or Australian or Chinese or Japanese. And then we have great audacity. Now Hyderabad is a keeps claiming we are #1 diabetic center of the world. All it is. It's like we're is Olympic Games or something like that. Delaware, Cancer Bowl. This is how this media and things are. So actually for me, what are we living in a sane world or insane world? So all these things, but then we are all actually painting ourselves, and what are we doing? You know this painting business of the human race? You know how many billions dollars business that is? Do we need that? In fact, in Mysuru, when I get up in the morning and go for a walk, I see 18 colors. All of a sudden I realize, am I on this earth called planet or somewhere else? That artificial we have become. So we have made our lives so artificial that we have lost connection from the birth. Now the ladies do not want to give birth to the babies through their vaginas. Why all the trouble? They are planning, just cut it open, cesarean. If there was some problem, there used to be a cesarean birth. Now normal births have become abnormal. This is not for a joke. But then what happened in this transition is that the most important connection to nature, that we have to be connected with nature, is the microbial, gut microbes. From the day one, before the baby is born, we have removed the connection. If the baby comes through the vagina, the mother lodges some microbes into the throat of the baby. And that's where the beginning of connecting to the nature starts. And lo and behold, we are not what we are without those microbes. If you are one cell, living cell, there are 1 lakh cells of other microbes in your body. We host rather lot of diverse microbial populations inhabit our gut, so that they perform, I believe, almost 50 to 60% of biochemical processes and supply the most important, crucial biochemicals to our existence and we being healthy. So in the name of modern science, in the name of modern developments, whatever you call, we have started severing this connection. And as if that is not enough, before the baby is born, you are ready with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I think it's 21 vaccinations. And the baby, instead of coming out, wants to stay back inside. Oh, you cannot stay back, we'll cut it open. Before the baby comes and you have this vaccination. Then just coming out, you have vaccination. And mother is supposed to take care of that through her colostrum, the food that the baby gets. No, don't worry, we are ready here with all the vaccinations. So we have now 21 lined up. So the baby doesn't even know this. And then the vaccinations are given and you imbalance the system. The baby has some problem, run to the doctor. Even before 3 months old, you are already injecting antibiotics. And the word antibiotics means you kill whatever little microbes that are there. In fact, when the baby cries, oh, like that, first she engulfs some microbes. All these connections are completely severed by all these so-called doctors. Please excuse me, I use the word so-called very often because I don't know how else to express. Start killing the microbes. So what are we doing? By the age of 5 or 6, the kids are given at least 4 or 5 series of antibiotic. So the microbes are completely gone. So the basic digestive process that is supposed to happen naturally is out of whack. And then kids having 3 years, 4 years have now gastric problems. Oh, you have gastric problem? No problem, no. Rantac, Gelusil. And in fact, I just happened to walk to my corner in Mysuru. There's a medical store. I asked him how much Rantac you sell in a day. He says 8 kilos.
Oh my God.
A small shop. And this is something alarming, isn't it? So you have lost the most beautiful connection that has to be established and nurtured. And then in the first instance I explained to you, we used to soak the grain, cook the grain in a slow and steady flame, and then tie a muslin cloth, keep it till in the evening. Yeah, please, just sit. I can actually get back. We can remove this, and some people who can squat can come and sit here.